Seven. Hey, cool. Hey, good morning. It's the 5am Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and we're here to talk about Agile and Scrum and how we apply it to all kinds of different things. I'm going to get a little geeky today on aspects of Agile and Scrum that may not apply everywhere, but it's a good measurements. So I'm going to talk about metrics and complexity a little bit. I saw a couple things yesterday, and just going to share that with you. And then I'm all excited today because the Blue Angels are flying through Philadelphia today, this afternoon. I think it's a great idea. I love it. So should be fun. Anyway, it's 5:57, and I just want to say good morning, and I hope you survived your Monday. Monday was a pretty long day yesterday for me, but it was good. Long day. Another long day today, but it's like work, right? It's cool. It's good to have a job. I'm always thankful for that capability and that position. So so metrics. I'm gonna talk about metrics, and I'm gonna talk about complexity. And why did I say I wanted to talk about metrics and complexity? Because I always get asked, how do you measure things and measure this, measure that, and a lot of Agile accounting and stuff. So, but I also want to talk about you can't just measure it based on one thing, because what I see is a problem is that people who don't know, they say, well, the velocity is this, so we're good. But like with any data, there's always ways to manipulate the data to give you another answer, right? So there's always smart people because you're dealing with a lot of tech people, right? And they come up with ways to manipulate it, right? So got a little whiteboard. So we're going to talk about metrics a little bit. And I'm just going to write metrics nice and neat on top of the board. Metrics, right? I got a little magnet too. Sweet. So why was I thinking about metrics yesterday? Part is also because my wife made me start doing more exercise on the bike yesterday, and I'm looking at it, right? So it kind of dawned on me why it came up, and I'm looking at what I'm measuring. So when I'm running the bike to get more healthy during this coronavirus, but in general, and I think I talked about this before, way long time ago on the metrics, and I even posted a little screenshot of the data coming off the metrics. So let's talk about the bike. So on a bike, what do I got? I have time on the bike, right? I have RPMs. I have distance, right? So one of the interesting things, if you do these two, we'll give you that one. So that one's actually a combination of these two, right? But what else would you put into the metrics that's not there? Because I can do this, but I can always change my work output. And I think we talked about that the other day, where measuring the time box, changing that, what's going on in the time box. So what can I change? Well, there's an elevation number, right? And as I go through the trail, I go up and down elevation. Let's see what else I got. Elevation, miles. Oh, gearing. Yeah, gearing. So I can be really low gear the whole time. I can up the gear. So this makes it work harder. This makes it work harder. This is a measurement of the distance. So all these factors go into measuring how well I did, and I can adjust these to do better. Same thing in Scrum. Let's say Scrum team or any team. Doesn't necessarily have to be a Scrum team. It could be a Kanban team. It could be any team or any organization putting stuff out. Well, in Scrum, we talk a lot about points, right? Or maybe kind of like velocity, right? Right. We can do capacity. Capacity, which is how much work you can fit. Like if you did all your hours on them up, how much did you commit to during that time? I'm not a real big fan of capacity, to be honest with you. I think it's a waste of effort because it depends so much on your estimate. And it really, this is like my worst one I like. And I know other people like and saved. They love capacity. I hate capacity. It just gives you the wrong idea on the metrics, to be personal. You can do hours, which hours and capacity are pretty good, right? Now hours time to actually work. So hours time to work on backlog item, right? Product item, PI, right? Backlog item. But there's also calendar time. And why I use that? Calendar time. Okay. So there's calendar time in there that we can use. And then there's value, like in $sign, the value of the work we did. And I would add happiness. Happiness of the team. You know, did we spend 80 hours to get the job done? Everybody on the team had to work 60, 80 hours. I think that's a great measurement that we're not doing enough of. And I think waiting for people to quit takes too long to get there. Because you don't want your staff to get to the point where they're ready to quit because they're not happy. Because you know what? They're just going to bring the rest of the company down. It's not going to be productive. So a couple different things here. So why calendar time? Calendar time is what I like better than capacity. So if I estimate, I'm in tasking mode, right? And there's a lot of Agile. Why could you do this without estimating time? You need to know time so you know what you say. So let's use time. If I take the time that I estimate, or actually was, yeah, you can do either way. Let's say calendar time minus work time equals muda wasted time. This one I kind of like a lot because when you do your calendar time, so let's say somebody estimates a job's going to take 12 hours, yet it takes an entire week. And the 12-hour estimate hopefully includes testing. And the work takes an entire week to get done, which is 40 hours. Let's say it's 40 hours. Just make it simple. So it's one person that's made 12 hours and takes an entire week. Maybe it's six hours per developer and 6 hours per tester. Well, that tells me I got like we'll just round it off, say 2 days. It takes me 5 days. So there's 3 days of wasted time in there that wouldn't allow us to finish the job. That's really important. That's really what Kanban looks at when you do your cumulative flow charts. So when you do your cumulative flow charts in Kanban, and you can use them in Scrum too, it kind of tells you, say we start here, you know, and then there's kind of like a thing going like this, like that, and there's like another thing like that. And here's your backlog, right? Here's your backlog. And this is in process. Maybe this is testing. And this is done. Right? So you have that. Ooh, we got red. So done, maybe he's over here done. Right? So that's your done. You get your test. I'm just going to use 2 colors. I'm going to do this. In process is in here. Right? So that's kind of how you do that. Now the measurement time, how long it usually takes work to get done, is like if you drew a line here and you want to cross, and this is days. And this is points maybe, or hours, or issues, or I don't know, hours. You can do either way. How many hours it takes to get the total number of hours banked, and then for each item, how long in days it takes to get done, right? So the longer this gap is, the more time it takes you get. That's that last time, right? And when you start it, you can also start it from here and go all the way to done, right? So you can use that, or when you create it, you can go all the way over. So this is the kind of things you can do. I just thought of something that I forgot. You got time? I want to put number of issues. So I put the number of issues on here. Like these are the metrics, some of the metrics you can do. And the reason why I said number of issues, people cheat. How could you say people cheat, Greg? They cheat. So a lot of teams out there will create stories and stuff and not put any points on them, which I really don't care. There's some more technical people. So what I do is I also put a measurement of the number of issues. So I look at the points on issues and I look at the number of issues, because sometimes people put, I got a lot of no pointed issues, and what I look for is when the number of no pointed issues starts going crazy, then I said, what are you guys doing? Right. I don't really pay attention to that because I don't have enough time. I never have, and it's not really my business and how they do it. As an Agile coach, I only look at when I see something that's really off, or if I see like trends where they have a lot of 0 point stories or stuff like that. It's like, what are you trying to hide work? Or, I mean, it just hurts you. It doesn't hurt me. It's just you're making more promises and not getting stuff done. In the end, it's going to hurt you. And I try to have that conversation with them to understand it doesn't help anybody, right? It doesn't help the team, that's for sure, because as soon as you start failing, they're going to jump on your ass and make you do all kinds of admin and nightmare work. So that's what I wanted to share about the points and that. The one other thing I wanted to talk about, and I used up all the whiteboard space, so I can't really talk about. I wanted to talk about complexity a little bit, and there was a guy who did a little quick video. It was a nice little quick video, and he talked about where Scrum sits, and I think it met into the conversation we had yesterday about teams working as a group. Are you a team or not a team, right? And gonna erase my artwork, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, I guess I will. I'll erase it. Can I take a picture of it? Let's take a picture of it before I erase it. There's always a way to do a picture, right? It's amazing how this technology has progressed the way it has, right? And gotten so far advanced where we have these cameras in our phone. Man, I remember, squat. I think I had a flip phone that had a camera maybe, but it wasn't that great, right? Now you got these things that take up no space and the memory size is so small. I think someone put a picture of a diskette and said, "Oh, you 3D printed the image for the save button." I just laughed. It was funny. It was funny. So he wrote up a chart, and I want to say complex was one corner. Complex, complicated, like easy. I'm gonna use the word easy or simple, and then this is chaos. And the way he described it, which was perfect. So when you start a Scrum type project, you start here and you work your way to there. Sometimes you go back and forth between these two areas. This is where Scrum sits. This is where Scrum is really good at. This might be Kanban. Chaos is just anytime you got a problem and you see a bunch of people with their head cut off running around like chickens with their head cut off. But Scrum sits here in this complex, complicated area, especially in the complex. Why do I say that? He didn't really go into it. The reason why I think it works well there is something called teamwork. Teamwork. So in the top region, he has complex, complicated. He was saying that's where the Scrum is. Chaos is maybe where the initial starts is. Then you kind of take from chaos into a complicated program. You kind of bounce back and forth between complicated and complex on the solutioning, and then you get easy. But the reason why this works up here is teamwork. Whenever you have a complex or a complicated system, it's good to get more than one person's opinion on the solution. If you have one person's solution opinion, they're not going to take all the avenues. And that's why Scrum sits up there. I don't think he really mentioned it that much, but it's about the team. It's not about individuals. A simple job, an individual can do it. Yes. Complex job, lots of little things going into it. Better to work in Scrum with more than one person coming up with a solution. And Scrum is built to do that. So that's what I got, because I'm at 16:25. We're late. Anyway, thumbs up. It's Tuesday. I'm looking forward to the Blue Angels flying over Philadelphia. I wish you a great day. Ring the little bell so you get notification when we do these things. And y'all take care. See you soon. Hopefully we'll be out of this pandemic. Definitely within the next month, I'm hoping. I don't know the way Philadelphia is. It's all messed up. But hopefully next month or so, we'll be out and about and back to our lives. But, for those having a tough time, hey, keep up. You guys are great. And it'll be a new adventure when we come back, right? All right, take care. Bye. Happy scrumming. Have a good day. Thumbs up. You can do it.